Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hey! Welcome to today's Saturday with Stacey YouTube class number 597, counting down to 600 Saturday with Stacey YouTube classes. Woohoo! And yes, we're gonna have a big giveaway, absolutely, for 600 on our 600th Saturday with Stacey YouTube class. Now, if you're joining me for the first time, hey, I'm Stacey. I am the owner of Scrapbooking Made Simple, which is a small independent mom and pop brick and mortar store that you can actually walk into. Yes, they do still exist. We are here in sunny Southern California, Canyon Country, California, and well, people walk in and they get to see, feel, and touch the paper and the dies and the stamps and the samples. But we also have a small online presence at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. And every Saturday, I do a Saturday with Stacey YouTube class that is technique-based, full-length, and commercial-free. So welcome. Today is an amazing day. I have new product in from Elizabeth Crafts. I've got the newest release from Elizabeth Crafts. And I've got the most stunning samples to show you at the end of the class. But we have to start at the very beginning because it is a very good place to start. So while the samples are amazing, I'm taking this collection in this class kind of in a little different direction. I'm going to be playing with some of her stamps and dies and Royal Talon's Van Gogh watercolor paints. They're beautiful. They are fine art quality. They run about the same as what, maybe a little bit more than what a paper crafting watercolor would be, and yet the quality is superior. I have been using them for the month of March in my In the Studio with Stacey classes. That's on Tuesday at 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And that's where we take fine art product, and we mix it with paper crafting product. Like, I'm a licensed designer for Sizzix, so I might grab some of my Sizzix products. We make the two collide and make magic happen. But I really wanted to use them with some of her stuff, with some of Elsa's stuff this week. So I thought, we're just gonna borrow from In the Studio with Stacey. I'm gonna grab some of my watercolors and bring them on over so we can play with them today, because we are gonna take this collection in a kind of different direction a little bit, and yet equally as stunning. And my goal is that there's a teachable moment here for you, that you go, gosh, I've never seen that before, or, oh, I remember, I own that. You may already own some of this product so that you can pull it out right away and start crafting with it right now. You can get it and we can do it together, you and I, while we're taking today's class. And it's like me having a good friend sit right there. I see you, you're right across from me, and we're just having a great time. So every Saturday, it is that type of a class. Well, yes, every Saturday. I want to say all the classes I do are that type of a class, where there's a moment in there where I'm hoping to introduce you to something or remind you of something, or if nothing else, show you the beautiful finished samples and give you some inspiration to get out and play with your crafty things, all while keeping crafting affordable here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. We do our very, very, very best to keep our prices as affordable as possible. Absolutely. We've been doing it since I started. It is not new. I've been doing, like on Mondays, we have $19.99 deals. We have deals that are retail between $80 and $100, and your price is $19.99 for our Make It Monday events. So I mean, we really do try to not only bring you great product, but bring it to you affordably and teach you. To me, that's the most important thing. If I can teach you something, then I feel like I've been successful in my job. And that's whether you walk into the retail store and you have questions and you want me to show you, or whether we're here on YouTube spending time together. Now today it is about Elizabeth Crafts, and it is about Royal Talens Van Gogh watercolor paints. Again, Royal Talens Fine Art Company. I am a brand ambassador for Royal Talens, which doesn't mean I get paid. This is a non-paying gig. What it means is that they have entrusted me enough to teach you about their brands. Again, no money coming my way at all for anything. I get the title and I get the pleasure of knowing that I get to work with some of the finest quality products in the world when it comes to fine art products. And I take classes for this. I have a mentor for this. So I don't want you to think that brand ambassador means that it's a paying gig. No, I get to say what I want to say about the products. I get to teach it the way I want to teach it. They have just entrusted me with their brand, knowing that I'm going to look after it and try to bring it to the paper crafters of the world. All fine art means is the quality of product that you're using, not the talent level. No, because I am not an artist, but if I had the opportunity to work with something superior in quality, I would want to do that. So let's start. We're going to start today. I've got winter chicken dinner to talk about. I've got two of you. Both of these lovely ladies have won $100. I can only imagine. I'm going to guess that YouTube number 600, we are going to get over the 1,000 likes. I'm pretty positive we'll get over the 1,000 likes, and then we'll be giving away. Well, I think we got a pretty good giveaway. I think I've decided on what we're going to do, but that's on YouTube 600. We're 597. All right. So our first winner has won $100. They posted a comment below. There's a place to post a comment below, not in the live chat. If you're joining me during the premiere of today's class, live chat over there on a desktop or a laptop, perhaps below on a different device, live chat doesn't count. You've got to post a comment actually on the video, and you have to like it because the likes determine how much money we give away. You get a gift card to Scrapbooking Made Simple. And these two fabulous ladies have won the $100. I'm going to do the easy name first. I'm going to check it out. My brain is already going, oh, I don't think so. So our first winner is Carol. Carol Phillips. I got it, Carol. Look at that. You are a winner chicken dinner. That is your name, Carol Phillips. Your name. $100. What are you going to buy? I don't know, but it's going to be free because we put that $100 into your online account. Wahoo kachoo. But you're not alone. I have the second name. First name, easy. Roseanne. Roseanne's going, oh, I bet it's me. I bet she knows it's already her because I'm already struck. If it was Roseanne Green or Roseanne Brown or Roseanne Smith or... No, I would have no problems. This is not that. Roseanne. That was the longest pause ever, huh? Oh, I'm gonna start a coughing fit. Okay, Roseanne. La Ferrerier. Oh, La Ferrerier. La Ferrerier. No, Roseanne. I got the law. I got the law right. Roseanne, is that you? How do you pronounce your name? You're going to have to post a comment and spell it phonetically. La Ferrerier. La Ferrerier. I don't know. I you know what? It sounded good to me. I'm going with that. Roseanne, you are our second winner chicken dinner. Congratulations. Money is already in your online account. Wahoo kachoo. You and easy peasy Carol Phillips. Not that you're easy peasy. Your name is easy peasy. There you go, Carol. You and Roseanne, $100 online account already there for you to spend. Have fun. Now, we have to do the winner chicken dinner dance because that's what we do. Are you ready? Sit up straight, girls. Okay, let me sit up straight. Sit up straight. Ready? You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, ka-choo for you. Congratulations to the both of you. I hope you enjoy your winnings. Buy something absolutely fabulous. Buy the Van Gogh watercolors. You'll love them. But what do I know? So we're gonna tilt down. We're gonna get started for today. I've got just a few samples to show you, and then we're gonna dive right in. This is absolutely technique based. So if you wanna jot down the number of this YouTube, you may wanna do that. Or if you do end up placing an order, because it is all on sale, in the comment section when you're placing your order, you can type the YouTube number 597, and when we print out your your packing slip, that note is on the packing slip. So when you get your product, you're like, oh, this is for YouTube 597. There you go. All right, I'm gonna tilt down and we're gonna get started. I'm gonna show you the samples. I'm gonna walk you through some of the Elizabeth Craft stuff, and then we're gonna start making. Ready? Oh no, I don't have my water bottle. Okay, let's see, is this my... Yep, that's water, that's good. What about this one? Oh, I got plenty of water, okay. I'm like, oh my gosh, how could I not have a water bottle? I'm gonna need a water bottle. All right, hopefully you're still with me. Some people have turned me off by now. I'm told that I am extra. I'd rather be extra than not enough. Oh, I think that's a t-shirt. All right, so beautiful sample, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. All of the samples were done by Elizabeth Craft Makers. They did an amazing job. This is done by, it looks like Dai Wang. It looks like Dai Wang. It's absolutely stunning. We're gonna be using this stamp today. We're gonna be using the dragonfly today. And then my other sample is here. Beautiful as well. You've got the tags and the sentiments. This one is by, Diane Prince out of Canada. Diane, is that right? Did I get it right? I don't know if these lovely ladies have Instagram feeds. If they did, if it was on the back, I would tell you. So you might want to look them up on Instagram to follow them, because they're beautiful, and I'll try and tell you all the samples who they are from. But again, I'm going to be using the stamp in the background and the dragonfly. So before we get started, let me take you through a little bit of Elsa's collection. The I Want It All bundle that we have isn't the full bundle. I separated them. So the I Want It All bundle that we have is here. It's a 4-pack. You can get everything. We have everything. It's just that the I Want It All bundle is the 4-pack, and the others are being sold only in open stock. It retails for $108.80. Your price is $86.99, and included in it comes the fabulous tags. These are so amazing. When you see the samples that were done with these, you are gonna just go, wow. And then the picture frames, equally as amazing, and so many dies in there. So many layering dies. Love the shapes, love how everything works together, love the little labels for your little picture frames. And then we're gonna be using this stamp set today. And it's got the 2 stamps. It's got a floral and it's got the leaves. And we're gonna be using this stamp and die set today. So it's got all of the little bugs going on, and it's got the dragonfly, it's got butterflies. Look at the frog. The frog is darling. And then you turn it over and it has all of the dies to coordinate. So you can stamp and cut. So the I Want It All bundle is made up of these 4 SKUs. And it retails again for $108.80. Your price is $86.99. But there's more in the collection than that. We have the fruit. Aren't they beautiful? Wait till you see these samples. They really are amazing. You've got strawberries, you've got your oranges, your lemons, your limes. What is it you want to make? The little flowers, just beautiful. So we've got the dies for the fruit. We have an Easter set, which doesn't really have to be Easter. The only reason it's Easter is because of the bunny. Otherwise, you've got a picnic basket with some great florals. The picnic basket is worth it enough. I mean, it's just awesome. So you've got the bunnies and the little eggs if you wanted to do Easter, and then everything else is for all year round. And then we've got a layering hummingbird. So many layers to put it together. Wait till you see the 12 by 12 layout I have of this. So you've got the body, and then you've got all the pieces to layer it together along with the little flowers and leaves. So we've got a layering hummingbird. And then we've got a stamp set. And the stamp set incorporates everything. It incorporates the product from the I Want It All. So you've got sentiments that work with this. And then you have sentiments that work with what we have for open stock. And the sentiments are, you've got, don't let it bug you. Don't let it bug you. What a fine specimen you are. You're invited. Best day ever. Happy Easter. It's been a while. Thinking of you. Sweet life. Celebrate. I feel like I'm missing a die. I am. Ha ha ha, I thought so. Here's the other die that I'm missing that's not part of the I Want It All bundle. I knew I was missing something. So that one is Liquid Therapy, sending a little sunshine your way, wishing you the very best. Take time to enjoy the small stuff. To me, drink responsibly means don't spill it. We go together like Fridays and happy hour. It's been a week. Boy, howdy. So, you've got the stamp set that works with all of the product, whether it be the open stock items, and the stamp set is sold open stock, or it be the I Want It All bundle of 4. You choose. The last thing I want to show you before we get started is the paper, because we do have the 12 by 12 paper and it is dreamy. So colorful collective, let's see what we've got here. You'll see the samples have used quite a bit of the paper. It is 250 GSM, so nice and heavy. The back side of the first page, you can either use these for something, or you can flip it and you've got a pattern on the back side. Isn't that beautiful? And it's all double-sided. Got the vintage, all double-sided. It's just good all over paper. I love this sheet. Love them colors. It is everyday type of paper that you can use all the time. And look at how many sheets of 250 GSM. So nice and thick and heavy. Ooh, I love that page too. I think we're almost there. So good all over paper. You've got some little postcard types that you can cut out and use, or you can use the back if you would prefer. You've got borders if you would like to use, or you can use the back. So that is the 12 by 12 paper for this collection from Elizabeth Crafts. All right, now that you've seen it, let's play with it. And I'm gonna start with the stamp set, and we're gonna start with the floral one. Now I'm gonna be playing with my Van Gogh watercolor paints. I've got several sets online right now, but I'm gonna be introducing you to a new set. This is called Vibrant. We haven't done this set ever before. None of the sets actually have we ever done before. And if you go back on the last Tuesday, the last In the Studio with Stacey, I used the metallics. I used my metallics. And we made magic with the metallics, truly magic. I used mineral paper with them, and it was fun. Absolutely go back and check out that class. There is a playlist that says In the Studio with Stacey. So Van Gogh watercolor paints are by Royal Talons. They are a high-end watercolor paint. They are a triple mill, which means the pigment has been ground 3 times through a mill to get it as smooth as possible. They were made for ease of use, and yet the pigment base on them is so high that they are used by fine artists all over the world. There's 77 colors, I think, and most of them are going to be some form of a transparent, whether it be transparent, semi-transparent. There's a few that are semi-opaque, and then white is opaque. So this set here, which is one of the most popular sets and would be the set that I have to have out of all of them, are the metallics and the interference colors. Last week, or last Tuesday, I played with the metallics, but I didn't get a chance to play with the interference colors. We're going to be playing with the interference colors today. To go with it, we're launching a new set. This is called Vibrance. And inside, mine were wet, so I kept the little, inside is a watercolor card so that you can swatch the 12 colors that are in here. Oh, same thing. I did the same thing twice. That's what happens when you put them away and they're still a little wet. Oh, that hurts my heart a little bit. But so 12 colors. The watercolor card comes inside of it, and that means you can swatch each of your colors and put the names on them. Not every set comes with the watercolor card. I think that they are doing what's called a rolling change. As they sell out of the old packaging, the new ones may come with this, but if it doesn't, you're going to want to swatch them yourself. And this set is called Vibrant. I'm going to be using this set again in the studio with Stacey. Wait till you see what I do with In the Studio with Stacey. Oh, but I'm going to be playing with this set again. Now, I've left some of the Van Goghs on. I want you to see just how easy it is to take them off. Quite frequently with paper crafting products, you have to pull them out, and you've got, it's like foil all around them, and you're trying to get it off. And we took a class at One Creativation, and my team almost gave up on it because they couldn't open the watercolors from this paper crafting business. It was just incredible. It was so hard, they said. Van Goghs, you literally just take the tab, pull it open, and you're done. I always take I always take the top piece because it's got the color and the number on it. It tells you the light fast and it tells you the transparency. So I'm not sure if I can get this up there enough. But you will see that there's 3 plus signs, which means for Royal Talons, that means it is light fast up to 100 years. And you will see a little box and it will be completely empty. That means that this is a transparent color. Royal Talons has a legend that they use for all of their products so that you know, once you know that legend, 3 little pluses, light fast up to 100 years. What does light fast mean? How long, if I paint something with this, if I make something with these paints, how long can we leave them in with light directly on them before the paint starts to fade? Well, dye-based inks are not light fast at all. These are light fast. I would think the majority of them, it looks like these are all 3s, are light fast up to 100 years. Now that doesn't mean that whatever we make is going to hang for 100 years, but isn't it nice to know that if you do make something for somebody, it's not going to fade over time. It isn't. So the 3 little pluses means that it is light fast up to 100 years. 2 little pluses means that it's light fast up to 25 years. And that little box that has nothing in it means it's transparent. If I had a little box that had a line going through it, that means semi-transparent. And if I had a little box that was half colored in, that means it's semi-opaque. And if I had a box that was all colored in, that means opaque. And that is the same legend for Amsterdam paints, for the Van Goghs. It's the legend they use across the boards. Now I take this and I put this inside right down here. And then I just put my little half pan right on top of it. That way, if I ever need to just replace this color, if this is the color I use all the time, I can go buy just that color. You're not gonna go buy a whole nother set. So I pick them up, pull the tab, put it down, put it back. Yep, my entire staff, there was I think 6 of them in a class one year, and the little pans were they were impossible to open. There we go. Now I've got my vibrant and I've got my metallics. See, this is old packaging. I'm gonna assume at some point they're gonna make it the front kind of look pretty like this and not like that, but they haven't yet. And I think once they do, that's when they would insert the little swatch card. But that's okay. If you've got watercolor paper, you can swatch it out. But these are the 2 sets we're gonna be focusing on today. This one we released on Tuesday, and this one is brand new. And you can see that the colors are absolutely vibrant, without question. And I'll be playing with it again on Tuesday. So I'm gonna mist these just a little bit because I need to let them bloom. I don't know if that's the right terminology or not, but I need to add a little bit of water. Not 100% sure what colors I'm gonna use, but I'm just gonna kind of get them going. Just a little bit of water. Now somebody had a really good idea. They use an eyedropper with some water to do this. Really smart. And you can see that I use my metallics. Love my metallics, love my interference colors. Okay, so let's put these there. And let's put these here. And I think I'm gonna grab do I have a bigger piece of watercolor paper? I don't think I do. There's no way I'm going to get 12 in here. No, there's absolutely no way I'll get 12 in here. All right, so maybe I'll just go across and do them by hand and see if I can get a line of each so you can see what the colors are. I've got my fusion brushes, I've got my flats and a couple rounds. These are by Yasutomo. They are watercolor brushes. I do not use them with acrylics. I do not use them with anything but watercolor. When I'm using water, I pull these out and use them. They are a really nice brush for the price that they are. I can't say anything. I mean, they really are amazing. I would boast about them, but I know that there are watercolor brushes where this brush alone could cost you $60. That's not going to be it. We're going to get you the whole set for like $27, $28 of 4 or 5 brushes. But what they are, for the price you pay, they really are amazing. So I'm going to grab one, and I'm not going to use too much water. And I'm just going to see if I can just give a little bit of color so you can see. Now I am on watercolor paper. I'm on Van Gogh watercolor paper. And today we're going to be doing mostly wet on wet with our watercolor. So you don't scoop. You're not going to do this with your watercolor. You're going to tap, tap, tap. I'm going to leave a little space in between. I don't think I'm going to get 12 here either, but and of course this is the pure tint. This is the pure tint of color, the pure hue. So I could gradate these down. But I want you to see the pure color that we're going to get. They're beautiful, aren't they? Those colors are just dreamy. And then imagine once they start blending into each other. So this is the Vibrant pack, and it really is absolutely stunning. And that's as far as I'm going to be able to go. Let's grab another piece. And I'll finish it off. And I'm not using so much that I can't just do a baby wipe. I'm not going to go into a little tub of water right now. I'm using very little. Man, that color's gorgeous. So your vibrant palette, I think, is a palette that you will use for a very long time. And if you treat your pans, your little mini pans, well, they will last you for years and years. You will not be replacing these anytime soon. So I did a wet on dry. So my paint, my water color was wet, my paper was dry. And those are the colors, should have done 6 and 6. Those are the colors that come with vibrant. But of course, we can do wet on wet, which is where watercolor really starts to take hold. When you are getting your paper wet, and that's what watercolor paper is meant to do. Hold the water. The sizing on the paper is what allows the water to absorb in slowly. And with watercolor, it is about kind of letting them dry and then moving on. But you can take and just kind of dab some of your color. Got a little, oh, I got green still in there. Look at that. I didn't clean my brush. And you can just let them move. Wet into wet, color into color. And it's about giving them that opportunity to move into each other and blend and make this, oh, the colors are just gorgeous, aren't they? That's what watercolor really is. That's what it's all about. Let's see. And you just kind of let them do their thing. My paper is wet, so everything's going to kind of merge into each other. And there's no right and there's no wrong. It's just about playing. If I need more water, and they just look at, isn't that gorgeous? And it's just about playing. Keep my paper nice and wet so that they have some place to move into. And you can make backgrounds just doing this, just doing this. I just let them roll and go and do, and let them be. Let them do their thing. Let the paint do the work. This is what high-end watercolor looks like. It's beautiful. It's so easy to use. So let me put that up. So here we have wet on dry. But here, once you add the properties of the water, it is a wow moment. So I'm gonna let this sit over there. It's gonna just continue to move. And I could continue to add water and take my water out to my edges. And that means that my paint will move out to edges. And I'm just using my craft mat. Really pretty. Just let them do their thing. All right, I'm gonna put it over there for now. Well, maybe I'll just zoop, 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 zoop. Add a little water. Add a little water. And that way maybe it'll fill up the space. Maybe it'll move into some of that white space. All right, put it over there for now and let's let it be. So that's wet on wet with watercolor. And you don't scoop. You don't scoop. Then we have the metallics. Now the metallics and the interference work best on black paper, not white. If I take my vibrants and I move them onto black paper, because they're supposed to be transparent. So this is where I would normally put them, and then I would load this up with water because that's enough paint in there to last quite a long time. But if I were to put it onto black, when it dries, you won't be able to see it because it's transparent. That black paper is absorbing in the color. You're going to lose the color as it dries. Whereas on white paper, it absolutely stands out. The metallics and the interference are exactly the opposite. On black paper, they stand out. So interference colors are a color that, nope, I still got pink in there, I still got red in there. is a color that isn't really a color. It looks white inside our case, but when I go to put it on, tap, tap, tap. When I go to put it on, it's going to dry to a stunning blue. And the violet looks white here. Tap, tap, tap. Move it in my little well, add some water. And as they dry, the color is going to become more and more pronounced. And my interference yellow or gold. They're beautiful on the black. They're absolutely gorgeous. My interference green. And my interference red. Pull a little bit, flat brush. So interference colors, they look white until you put them on a dark paper or a dark material or a dark canvas, a dark something. If you put them on white, they are pretty much non-existent. So there's the red that I did on the bottom on white. Just does not work on white paper, on lighter papers. It'll give you like a little hint of an interference as you rotate it, just a little bit of a dual color, but really on the dark colors is where they shine. And the same with the metallics. The metallics shine on darker colors or layering them. Now the reason why I love this set so much is because all of these colors can then play with all of these colors or any other of the Van Gogh watercolor paints. These are specialty colors. You add these to those, you add here to there to amplify these. This is all the metallics and all the interference in one palette. And the colors really are absolutely dreamy. So I'm not going to do all the metallics because you can go through and look at Tuesdays and I swatched out everything. But the colors really are absolutely stunning. And I am head over heels in love with this copper. It will be the one that I go through before anything else. And as the colors dry, the metallic intensifies. So as the water evaporates out, they become more and more metallic. So between the metallics, the interference, the vibrance, oh, and see, look at where we're at. See, it's just kind of moved into each other, and that's what watercolor is about. All right, now let's play. So I'm going to take one of Elizabeth Craft's stamps. Just pull me some of this. I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to bring over my stencil and stamp tool from Sizzix. And I'm going to start with the floral. So this is Large Nature Stamp. CS404 is the SKU, but it is part of the I Want It All bundle. Or open stock if this is the only thing you love. So I'm going to put my watercolor paper down, and it is Van Gogh watercolor paper. So I'm using Van Gogh watercolors. I thought it best to use the paper that they thought best to go with it. I've lined my stamp up, press down, pull up, and now I'm going to use some Wow embossing powder. Or some embossing medium, I'm sorry. This is a clear, ultra slow drying embossing medium. This is going to allow me to add embossing powder and heat set. Got my little tool that Polly made for me. Up. While I'm here, I might as well just do two. Am I close? I am. Close enough. Okay, let's put some more Wow on it. Now the other one's just sitting over there. I haven't added the embossing powder yet, but the Wow dries so slowly, you've got time, and it stays wet forever. It is not something you are going to need a re-inker for anytime soon. All right, so I've got my two. Take my stamp off, baby wipe it, just to get the medium off. Even if you were to leave it on, it's not going to harm it. The embossing medium is water soluble. Even if you left it on your stamp for an extended period of time, it's not going to harm it. Let's grab, we're going to use black embossing powder. So I'm going to make my own little funnel. And my first one. Now I've got the Wow Primary Ebony Super Fine. So super fine has to do with how finely ground down is the powder. Just like the pigments in the Van Gogh watercolors are ground through triple mill, 3 times through a mill, just like flour, how flour gets ground down to different, I don't know how they judge flour, fine, heavy, but when you're baking, sometimes you need super fine flour. Well, that's what they've done with the pigments in the watercolor, and that's what they have done here with the Wow. This is super fine, meaning it's been ground down finer than normal, because the finer the grind, the more opportunity it has to cling to the fine detail of an image. I mean, hello, right? Clinging to the fine, fine detail. Look at the fine detail in this image. Now, the thicker the grind is on the embossing, the bigger the granules are, the less opportunity you will have to hold the detail in the image. Because as this melts, and it's going to melt when we heat it, the bigger the little granules are, the more it will spread. The more it spreads, the more you lose the detail. So we generally carry super fine everything. You can take super fine and do something really chunky with it. Absolutely. But you can't take a chunky embossing powder or a regular embossing powder and do something super fine with it. Oh, I've got the second one to do. Well, let's heat this one, and I'm gonna let that one sit there and see if I can still do it after I heat. Now I've got my Wow embossing tool, and I'm going to watch this as my powder turns into a solid. So you will see it get darker and a glaze. Can you burn it? Yes, if you leave your heat tool in one space for too much time, yes, you can burn embossing powder. At the same time, you don't want to do this. That's going to take you longer to heat the entire image, because you're adding heat and then you're taking it away. And then you're adding it and then you're taking it away. Every time you add it and you've got it heating up to the temperature it needs to be to melt the embossing powder, and then you pull it away, it instantly starts to cool. It's like taking a pot of boiling water instantly off the stove. It immediately stops boiling. It starts to cool. So you want to hold your tool in one place until you start to see it turn. And once you start to see it melt, you start to move your tool. So as I see it turning, I'm moving my heat tool accordingly. Now, this is not a blow dryer, nor is it a paint stripper. Blow dryer is not going to get hot enough, and a paint stripper is you can torch your paper. Can you see the difference? How dark this is in comparison to over here. See how beautiful dark that is, and it's even got a little bit of a glaze to it? This hasn't been heated long enough to turn. This has. This will not wipe off. If I touch this, it's still a powder. It will wipe completely off. So I'm just gonna walk it down. And then I'm gonna look to see if I see any dull spots, any space that's kind of dull. And if I don't have any dull spots, once the paper is cool to touch, the embossing powder is dry. Embossing powder is a type of it's a form of a plastic that's ground so fine that it can be heat. You can add heat to it and it will melt. So you're not waiting for it to dry. It's not like water or a liquid. It is plastic. So the minute your paper is dry, so is your embossing powder. So there's one. Let's just do the other because it's sitting right here. And let's see if it still holds. It's been sitting there for quite some time. Hopefully I didn't turn it over. Weeks. But we're gonna find out if I did. My videos are not scripted, they're not edited, they're not voiceover or dubbed. Oh no, okay, good. So even after waiting all that time for me to heat set and talk, now I'm a dumper, I just dump it right on. It still stayed wet enough, long enough for me to add my embossing powder. Then I put it all back in. Ooh, you use very little embossing powder. In fact, that's probably, I wasted some right there. It's probably what I used on that whole card. All right, let's heat set this one and put my lid on. Okay, so now I've heat all the way around, but in the middle, it's still dull. It doesn't have that beautiful black finish here. I can see that it's not the same. This isn't as dark as over here. That means I didn't add enough heat, and I have to go back and hit it with the heat. Now it's all the same uniform color. Isn't that beautiful? And once it's cool to the touch, I'm good to go. Nothing's wiping off because I heat set all of it. Now we're gonna play with the metallics for a little bit, and we're gonna add in some of our, I think we'll add in some of our interference. So I've got my little wells here, and this is where I add my color into my little wells. Maybe I go this way. Into my little wells is where I pull my color from. So I have to decide what color do I want to start with. And add a little bit of water to loosen that color up. Tap into the color and then come into one of my little wells. Now, the more water you add into this little well, the more diluted the color will become, the lighter, more transparent it will become. The less water you add, the more opaque the color will be. So a little bit of water. And now I can go straight over and just go. And where my embossing is going to resist the paint. The embossing acts as a natural resist, meaning that because this is transparent and it is not a permanent type of ink, it's going to not cover up all my black embossing. It's going to find its way into the nooks and crannies of all of my floral. And I have to decide, how much do I want? Now, it doesn't look like there's a lot there right now, but this is where you gotta let it dry. You gotta give it the opportunity to do what it does best, be watercolor paint. We all get into the, oh, I wanna do it now, I wanna finish it now, I wanna move on right now. But we can't. We gotta give it a moment to say, I need to absorb into this paper. And as the water dries, the metallic will come up. Let's do this one while this one's drying. And I tap in. And a little bit of water. This is a little darker gold. So I'm not losing the beauty of the stamp because the metallic isn't covering it up. If this was a pigment-based metallic, let's say we were using a pigment-based ink, and I did this, that pigment base would cover all of the black. You wouldn't even be able to tell there was a stamped image underneath it because pigment sits on top of the paper. Watercolor slide goes into the paper, and the absorption rate of watercolors is all dependent on the paper you're using. When we're talking about sizing in fine art for paper, we're not talking about the size of the paper, whether it be A2 or A6 or 5x7 or 8.5 by 11. Sizing in fine art talks about what materials were added to the paper that allow the absorption rate of the water or the liquid to be slower. And the more sizing that is built into the paper in the pulp or laid on top, the slower the absorption rate. The slower the absorption rate, the more time you have to work with it. So when we're talking sizing in fine art, we're not talking about the size of the paper at all. We're talking about the absorption rate of the liquid, of the medium that you're using into that paper. Now this one, now you can see that metallic is starting to come up. That metallic is there. It's beautiful, but we haven't lost the stamp. But it had to dry for you to see that. Now this one is going to need the same. It's going to need a moment for that water to evaporate out and become metallic, like this. Now, I don't have to be done here. I can take my interference colors and I can, let's grab the kind of the red and dab, dab, dab. Dab, not scoop, dab. And let's get some water in there. And now I can come over and kind of just go over the top of this if I want. Kind of here and there. Come back, maybe add a little bit more. Come back, add maybe a little bit more interference. And I'm going to have to, again, give it an opportunity to dry. I need to let it do its own thing. We'll see. I can't tell until it dries. I don't know if I've got enough on there. We'll see. Let's do this one. I'm going to set that one off to the side. And this one I'll do maybe in the blue interference. So get it wet. Go in there and pick up some of my color. And it just looks milky white. Add some water, and it just looks milky white. And I think I'm going to let that dry for a minute. My red, I think my red is too light. Maybe we go with a little darker color. Let's try the violet. And just a little bit of water. Oh yeah, the violet's definitely. And I'm just hitting it here and there. And I think I'm gonna let it, oh, and you can start to see the blue. So the blue is now coming up on this one. So when you turn it, there's a different color coming up. As I turn it, and as it dries, you look at it in one way, it's one color. You move it and you're gonna get a hint of the blue. I'm gonna let these dry and get totally dry and see what we end up with. So I'm gonna set these off to the side and we're just gonna let them be. All right, I'll send them there for now. We've gotta have dry time. And I think then I'll bring out the other stamp, the leaves. And the leaves, I'm gonna do one on white and one on black. So could you use regular cardstock with this? You can, you absolutely can. Will the results be the same? Maybe close, but not exact. When you're using high-end product, you don't wanna, it's almost like defeating the purpose of using something so beautiful to then pair it with an inexpensive cardstock. I mean, there's something to be said about great inexpensive cardstock, and I have my own cardstock and I love it and it will work. But when you're taking like the quality product, it's you know, it's like making the best stew or I don't know, making the best or trying to make the best steak, but using the leftover, the cheapest cut. You've paired it with the lobster, and you've paired it with the fine wine. I don't drink, so I don't know what fine wine is, but you've made this beautiful meal, or you've made this fabulous Italian dish, and then you use Velveeta instead of ricotta cheese or mozzarella cheese. It's like, why would you do that if you don't have to? When you're using a high quality fine art product, you do want to try and stick with a fine art paper to go with it. You will find that your results will be superior to what you're used to. They really will. So let's take a piece of white, and let's take a piece of black. And again, this is the Van Gogh. We've got it in 2 sizes. We've got it in A6 size, which is almost A2, and then we've got, I believe, 9 by 12. So let's do white first. There. There. All right, I'm just going to go there. How about there? Okay, give a press. Grab my wow. And let's stamp it on down. Okay, I think that's good. Up. Just gonna make sure I see that watermark. I'm looking for a little watermark. It's kind of hard to see on white paper. So better safe than sorry. I think I might ink up one more time and push down one more time. Okay, thinking that's good. Let's put a piece of copy paper under there. Just so it doesn't get on my sticky grid. And then we're going to do it again in black. No, we can emboss both of them at the same. No, we'll just do them both now. Let's see if I can get it close. All right, that'll do. So on the black, it's much easier to see the watermark image than on the white. Oh yeah, see, I can show you this. Much easier to see the watermark image in the black. I know I've got a good image there. I can see it. The white, a little bit more difficult. So I'm gonna pull this off. Now this stamp has got kind of a sketchy feel to it. It's kind of hand-drawn. It's got little dots all over it. I'm gonna show you the picture so you can see. It's not that the embossing powder is left behind. It's part of the design of the stamp. The little dots and the kind of the sketchy hand-drawn feeling. So let's wipe down my stamp. And I'm gonna do black embossing powder on both. You're like, what? Yep, on both. All right, so let's grab the white one first. And my little makeshift funnel. And my Primary Ebony Super Fine Wow embossing powder. Little tap, and if I want to take off some of it, I absolutely can. But remember, the stamp itself kind of has that kind of sketchy, dotty look to it. So I'm going to leave the rest of the dots where they are. And we'll heat set. There's like a little divot in my... There we go. Bring over my heat tool. And heat set. And I'm moving my paper as I see it. I don't know, this one looks pretty. Maybe I shouldn't have done the double emboss. It looks, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna do it one more time. In the white. Maybe I don't double emboss. Maybe I trust myself. And I let it be. Maybe I moved it around too much. All right, there. I won't move it around too much this time. And down, and my little tool. And just nice all over and up. And let's see. It should be fine. Should be fine. We'll throw this in here just in case it's not fine and I have to do it one more time. Let's see what we get this time. That's better. Yep, I think that's better. See, I don't know which dots are supposed to be there and which dots aren't, so I think I'm just going to leave them. All right. Let's heat set this one. Maybe we'll do both of them. Don't forget, I still have that black one over there I haven't heat set yet. Still sitting here waiting for some embossing powder, but let's do this one first. And as I see it turning, I'm moving my heat tool, but I'm not doing this. I'm going to call that done. It is better than this one. But I think I'm going to do both of them anyway. And then we've got to do this. So let's put some black on this one. Now hopefully it is still wet because it's been sitting there for a while for the embossing powder to hold to it. And the embossing powder is holding right to it. You're like, black on black? Yes. And let's heat set that one. Now we got a couple to play with. Now, because this is black on black, it's hard for me to see when it's turned and when it hasn't. So I pick it up and I hold it. So I'm able to see the angle of it and watch it turn from a powder into a solid. Because it's black on black, it's hard to see when it turns. All right, I'm gonna hope that I'm good. And let's give them a whirl. I still feel like these are not good. I I don't know. I still feel like they're not right. Maybe I'm pressing too hard. So press up. Maybe I'm pushing down too hard. Now that I've got this handy dandy tool, maybe I'm overcompensating. Maybe I just give a nice gentle press. Nice and gentle. And up. And let's see if that's any better. Maybe third time's a charm. You know, I think I might need to clean the top. Because I'm still not happy with that. That's still not it. Maybe I need to clean the top. My baby wipe. Look at that. My baby wipe has come. Do you see that fuzz? I just pulled that right off the stamp. Oh, look at that. Look at all the fuzz coming off my stamp from my baby wipe. Oh, I would have never. Huh. See, when it's just not right, it's just not right. And I don't want to do something that's just, if it's not right, I'm going to do it until I can get it right. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe there was leftover fuzz. All right, we're going again. And a press. And up. And let's see what we get. And see if that's any better. I've never had my baby wipe do that before. That is better. That is definitely better. Who would have thought a baby wipe So remember, some of the little dots outside are supposed to be there, but that's a much clearer image. All right, sometimes you just have to work it out until it works itself out. And I just wasn't prepared to go forward with it just not being right. Yeah, they're just not right. I'll show you all three. Let's heat set. Yeah, I think that's good. That feels good. So those two, and look at the difference. This one is so much better. I knew it wasn't Elsa's stamp. I knew it had to be me. Knew it had to be me. All right, now we get to play. So I'm going to bring over my watercolors. I'll do them this way so I have my well right there. I'm going to add a little bit of color or a little bit of water to bloom them up a little bit. And I've got my Fusion watercolor brush. That was painful, wasn't it? If you're still with me, bless you for staying with me, but I just can't move forward if it's not right. It's just not, it's the wrong thing to do to just gloss over it like, oh, ho hum. No, we gotta fix it. All right, so I've got some of my green in there, a little bit of water, and now I can come in and start coloring all my leaves. And I'm just using the same green . Some might have a little bit darker, some might be a little bit lighter. I can add a little bit more green if I want a little bit more green in here. And there is so much paint in my brush that I can just keep going and going and going. In fact, I can go grab from leaves that have oodles of paint and just keep going. So there's lots of qualities about a watercolor brush. How well it loads, and when I mean loads, how much liquid it can hold is one of those qualities. You want a brush that you can stick in and it's going to load up so you're not going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth just to get one leaf done. And again, I'm just using one color, and depending on how much water will determine the shade of green that it is. And if I want to add a little bit more green, I can tap in and add a little bit more green. It doesn't take much. Okay. I think I've got green everywhere I need green. Take a little darker green. This is one I was going to throw away, but it's just going to have more of a distressed look to it. I think there's probably enough water. And you can see I'm just going in and coloring. I'm not being thoughtful at all. Anywhere where I've got lots of color, I'm picking it up and I can move it to new leaves. And just coloring. Obviously, I'm not going for perfection because my embossed image is not perfection. Okay, so I've got 2 of them. Bing and bam. Now I'm going to take my colors away and I'm going to bring over my metallics and my interference colors. I want to clean my brush. And I'm going to go in with my kind of my yellowy interference color. Load up my brush, move it over, maybe add a little bit of water to it. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to add it to the tops of one side of my leaves. So I'm adding it to the left side of my leaves. And if I need a little bit more, go in, pick up some color, not scooping. And I'm going to add my interference color. And remember, this is where patience comes into play. Because it's not something I'm going to be able to see immediately. I have to let it dry. Okay, so I can see that half of it is wet. You can see it's shiny. That's where I put the interference. It's wet. I've got to let it dry. So I'm going to stick it off to the side. So I got a little green there. I'm just going to go in with water and erase it. I have a little green on this one too. So a little green at the top. I'm just going to go in with one of my flat brushes and just erase it. It's starting to dry. All right, let's do this one real quick. And maybe this one we do, maybe we do it with the blue. So a little bit of my interference. Pull some color. And if you want to be faster about pulling your color, you can use one of your flat brushes to go in. And pick up your color a little bit faster than the small little round brush that I'm using. Oh, that's my green. I wanted to do my blue. Stacey. All right, let's do it again. Blue. It looks like there's nothing in your well. It's hard to see it, but if you've got liquid in there, you know you've got paint in there. Okay, let's take a little bit of my blue. A little bit of blue interference. And we're going to have to wait until it dries to see what we get. So I've added a little bit of blue interference. Let's see how this one's doing. Oh, ha 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 ha. Okay, depending on which way I move it, you can see the interference coming up. See, if I hold it upright, just looks green. But I start to move it, and all of a sudden you can see that interference on top. And as it dries, and they're still not completely dry, it'll become more and more pronounced as you move it. So it's adding a sparkle and a shine and a bling without actually changing the look of your, look at it, looks perfect. It just looks normal that way. But then you start to move it and you're like, wait, what was that? Why is that shiny? How did that get to be that goldy color? It's magic. Okay, so we've got two of them drying, and this one I did the blue. So when this one rotates, it'll have a blue iridescent. I don't know if you can see it. I can't tell what my camera can pick up or not. All right, but we gotta move on. Next one, we're gonna do the black. And this time I'm only gonna use interference colors. I think I'm only gonna use interference colors. So, I think I will start with the green. And a little bit of water. And remember, where my embossing liquid is, it's going to resist my paint. My paint is water, so it's gonna just move right off of that embossing powder because that embossing powder is plastic. So I'm just gonna start to paint straight with interference. And where the embossing is, the paint is just rolling right off of it. All right, I think I'm gonna go with that. Then let's do maybe, want some red. And I'm just painting in right over the black embossing. I think that one's supposed to be, no, I'm gonna make it red. So it's still drying. And now let's make the last one blue. See, it looks milky white. And it's drying. And you've got the black coming through. You've got the shiny of the black and the detail of the leaves. And it really is just lovely. It truly is lovely. Oh, here we've got the blue coming through now. Can you see the blue as it's drying? It's still a little wet, but can you see the blue winking at you now? And our yellow is really dry. Look at that. See, it doesn't look like anything there. Looks plain, looks like you just colored it in, but then you start to move it and it's like, wait, what? right on top of a transparent color. And it changes the whole look without changing the whole look. Because you don't see the interference until you start to move it. So it's adding that special something without it being too much. Because sometimes too much is too much. Don't know what, oh, there we go. I have figured out which, look at that. Wow, and then straight, and then nothing. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Okay, yay for those, right? Love that. Love that. And here, these are now dry. And can you see the interference coming through? Now, when you look at it straight on, you don't see any interference. But the minute you start to move it, you've got the metallic and the interference playing with each other. Look at that. But if you look at it straight on, it's not there. But then you move it and it's there. But then you move it straight on and it's not there. It's so cool. You just have to let it dry. Step back for a few minutes. Give it some space and let it dry. You will be so happy when you do. Those are beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay, but wait. Let's do. Hopefully I don't make the same mistake with my baby wipe having stuff all over it, but let's do, I'm gonna bring out the dragonfly. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. So I'm gonna bring out the dragonfly, which is part of this set. And it has the dies. And my stencil and stamp tool. And I can put my stamp away now. See, it still has. I'm gonna have to, maybe these are not good baby wipes. I've never had them kind of fray off before. Very unusual. Really weird. Put my dragonfly down, press my pulled my paper up with it. Okay, let's add some embossing medium to it. And a push, whoop, whoop, whoop. That should do it. And up. So there's 1. That should be good. And some embossing medium. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And 2. Okay, let's hope that's good. And some embossing medium. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And 3. Oh, see, I can see that. That's perfect. And 1 more. Although that one was pretty darn perfect. Okay, that's good. Perfect. So the reason I just put this in here is because I haven't taken my stamp out and I don't want to get well embossing medium on my sticky grid. So I've got 4 of these now. Let's see what we can do with 4 of them. Oh, look at how beautiful it is when you don't have any baby wipes impeding it. Look at how beautiful is that. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Okay, so 1. 2. Holy smokes, artichokes. Okay, can we say yay? 3. 4. Okay, that's the way I like to get things done. That's a bing, bang, boom. Embossing powder back. Love this dragonfly. Love this dragonfly. Now let's take and heat set. Okay, 1. 2. 3. Okay, that's kind of my kind of embossing. That looks good. Looks good. All right, let's play with these. Let's start with the white. So I'm going to bring over my vibrants. And I'm going to bring over my fusion brush. And I'm going to start by adding a little bit of water to some of these. And me being me, I always start with a yellow because that's just the way I roll. So I'm going to pull a little bit of yellow, put it in there. Doesn't take much. Add a little bit of water. And right in. Now let's pull another color, maybe this blue. A little bit of water. And I'm going to do wet on wet. My yellow is wet. My blue is wet. Have a little bit of water off to the side. Take a little bit of my blue. Put it down. I can take a little bit of water. Put it on top, and it's going to bleed into that yellow. Wet on wet. They're going to bleed right into each other. Just a little drop of water on your paintbrush. Not too much because you don't want to lift the color up. I want the colors to move into each other. So I paint a little bit of my blue, and then I pick up a little drop of water and add that to my blue. And let them start to run into each other. And just let them go. So I've got enough water on here now that I'm just going to let them blend in. And now let's do the reverse. We'll do do yellow down here. And the embossing is acting as a little well so that it doesn't just run everywhere. It's like a little stopper so that the ink doesn't keep going. Well, the paint. And I'm just going to let them run into each other. So my yellow is wet, my blue is wet, and if I need a little more water, I just grab a little drop of water. It doesn't take much. A little drop of water right off of my craft mat. And it's almost like you're flooding a cookie. If you've ever used royal icing and you're doing a flood, it's almost what this feels like. And then I just need to let it start to dry. But before I do that, I'm going to add some interference. So I'm going to come back over and let's add a little bit of blue. And remember, you're not going to see much until it starts to dry. Okay, I need to let it dry, but I need to finish the body. So let's take A little bit of my metallic. Okay, so now we need to start letting it let to dry. So that interference will come up. You can almost start to see it, right? So let's let it sit. And let's grab our other white. And me being me, start with my yellow. Oh, I have too much blue in here. Just adding in my yellow. And now I'm going to do that really awesome teal. I know I did the other one blue, but I like this blue too. I like the blues. I've got enough paint in here. Now I can let this dry and come back and a month later hit it and reconstitute it. I don't have to wipe it out at the end. I just need to leave my palette open and let it dry. Oh. Hit it with a little bit of water so it starts to run. Look at how deep is that. But I think I'm gonna take, while this is wet, I'm gonna take this copper. And I'm gonna drop a drop. And hit it with some water. And let that bleed into the blue. Okay, that copper is awesome. See, the thing with watercolor paper is that you can play and play and play when you should just say, done. And just let them run into each other. And then a little bit of my copper. It just totally wicked right into it. So cool. Okay, I'm going to leave that. And I'm just going between my colors now. And just play. Okay, last one, last side. Pick up a little bit of water. Now some of my copper. And more water in my copper. And just dab it in. These paints are so easy to use and so forgiving, and that's because the quality of them is so high. Now I haven't added any interference over the top of that yet. I've got the copper going. I've got the blue and the yellow. If I take a little bit of that gold, the yellow interference. Okay, we'll see what happens. It has to dry. We won't see anything until it dries. But you can already see how metallic it is. Ooh, that looks good! Let's see how this one is doing. Oh, see? That interference is come up. Look at it, it's the blue on the blue just makes it look rock star. Oh, wait. Oh, hello. Look at how fabulous that is. All right, we're gonna let those dry. Let's move to the black ones. Now the black ones, I cannot use this. I can't use our colors because they will just disappear. If I mix them with some white, some opaque white Van Gogh, then I could use them. But I'm gonna work just with the interference colors and the metallics on this one. So let's get them wet. Just the interference colors and the metallics because I'm on black. And just let them work themselves into each other. Now they're not gonna look fabulous yet because they're not dry yet. But wait. And a little bit of water to make them melt into each other. And then maybe just a little blue. We'll have to wait and see if you can see it. It's got to dry. It just looks milky right now. But as it starts to dry, it becomes amazing. So straight interference. That is what interference colors do. They are the bomb. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm too close. Look at that. Still a little wet, but wow, with that copper, and I've got the interference going on top of it. And here, and now we wait for this one. So we got one left. Let's do the violet. Oh, that was not good. Had yellow in there. All right, let's go back and do my violet. And a little blue. Straight Van Gogh interference. All right, I need to let it sit. I'm adding too much. I've got way too much paint on there. I need to let it sit. And then let's do the, It just looks milky. Okay, let's see what we get. I love her stamps. It's getting there. And now this one needs to dry. I'm just putting a little copper, just a little. Okay. We'll see what we get when it's all dry. These are super fun. They are super easy to use because of the quality that they are. Elsa's product, the stamps, and this has a die. I could die cut this out. I could. It has a die to go with it. So much yummy. Now, I won't close this up. I will let this dry, air dry, because I can come back and use whatever's still in there. And just let this air dry. You can wipe them out if you want, but there's still a ton of paint here. A ton. So I'm gonna let those sit and I'm gonna let those air dry. Gosh, and we started all the way back. I don't even know where we started all the way back where. So we did these that have the interference over the top just to give a little something. Look at that metallic. It's the metallic with the interference. They're beautiful. And then we played with the leaves. Took a couple times to get the leaves, but we got them. And that interference over the green in either the blue or in the gold. You look at it one way, it's not there. You look at it another way, it is there. Then we did the leaves on black with just the interference. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. And then we started with the dragonfly. These are going to be absolutely gorgeous. The colors are amazing. And that one. And that one. So the ones with on the black still have a little bit to dry. They've still got some dry time going on. But the colors are stunning. And this one just has a little bit of copper added into the wings as well. All right, so love the stamps. Love the stamps. I couldn't get enough of them. These two sets made my heart so happy. And if these were dry, I would die cut them out for you. But they're not dry yet. But love the two stamp sets that we played with today. They are the bomb. And then when you see all the samples, you will see why I chose to pair them with the tags. Oh my gosh, the tags are so good. So good. I mean, I'm just gonna let these dry. I don't want dry, dry, dry. Okay, so these are dry, that's good. So we talked about the I Want It All. It has the two stamps that I used today. And then it has the two tag sets, because I think the tag sets are awesome. And I think when you see both of them, they are amazing. So here is your I Want It All. And then we have all the product available. Open stock, so the I Want It All is available, open stock, but then you've got the sentiments. And you've got the basket, which only has to be Easter if you use the Easter. I think the basket and the grapes and the apple and the flowers are well worth it. You've got the hummingbird. You've got the fruit. You've got the drinks. I got 2 sentiments. 2 drink. Oh, I got 2 of everything here. Okay. And then you've got everything in the I Want It All, which you can get either in the I Want It All, or you can get just the stamp and dies, just the tags. I leave it up to you. We also have her 12 by 12 paper. 250 GSM, double-sided, thick, rich, beautiful, well done. And then we have the new, that's Vivid. Is it Vivid? Vibrant. The new Vibrant set that's launching. We're launching that one today at Scrapbooking Made Simple. And then the metallic and the interference that we did on Tuesday. Both of these will be part of the YouTube Yummy sale. And we will include the Yasutomo Fusion brushes, whether you want the flats or you want the rounds, with the bamboo carrier, which is the traditional way of drying them and storing them. I've put a couple of my flats in here. So you'll get 5 rounds and there'll be room for more. So you could get the rounds and the flats and store them all in your bamboo carrier. And then we've got the embossing powder. I think we'll do black and white, just in case you want black and white. And of course the Wow embossing medium, absolutely, those will be on sale. And the watercolor paper. So the best deal is on the 25 packs. The 25 packs are basically the same price as the 15 packs. The 15 packs are the new packaging. So we've got 25 packs left, so we're clearancing them out. If you're gonna get watercolor paper, buy the 25s. You're gonna get 10 sheets more for the same price. And then we have the larger size. In the watercolor paper, all of it for Van Gogh, because we are using Van Gogh watercolors. Fine art. Beautiful sets by Royal Talons. This is a winner chicken dinner, because this plays with everything else. This plays with other watercolor sets that you may have by other manufacturers. This adds something to everything. And it's getting there. All right, you guys, I've got samples. Oh, it is late. Let's rush through. Well, I don't want to rush through. Let's get through samples. So you can see what they did with all of the other stuff, because I didn't focus on that. I've got beautiful samples to share with you. This is by Vicky Dutcher. So you've got the drinks. So cute. Love this. Again, there's the tags. How clever. Sweet Life is the sentiment. You've got the fruit, and I can't read. Anita. This one's by Anita. Look at how beautiful is that. And then this one I showed earlier. The dragonfly, the leaves by Diane. This one I showed earlier. Well, Thinking of You by Di. So all the little tags. I just want to put some interference on some of these. This one is by Vicky. They're beautiful. Look at how clever the tags are. And here's the paper. You've got the frog. This one looks like it's by Anita. And here we have the stamp. And we have the ladybug and the tags. Marga? Is that it? I'm gonna go with Marga. So pretty. Here we've got Happy Easter. How darling is this? You're invited. Oh, so cute. Happy Easter. Oh, this is so cute. Anita, this is darling. Oh. Aren't you glad we're friends? Boy, if you gave me this card, I would absolutely be Aren't You Glad We're Friends by Teresa Cruz. Yum. Beautiful. Oh, and look at the little succulents. Oh, it's the little picture frames. It's the little, see, look at how cute are they? By Diane again. The little picture frames are stinking darling. We go together like Fridays and happy hour. Okay, next set. Look at the hummingbird, all layered, inked up and stunning. Marga, I think that's right. If it's not, please forgive me. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. This is Diane. Oh, look at that. Such talent. Oh, and here's with the tag again. Take time to enjoy the small stuff. Oh, with the little ants going up the side. So cute. KD Gandhi creates. It's hard for me to read the writing. What a fine specimen you are. Love, love, love. Oh, look at how, I mean, they look real. Wow. Teresa, this is just wow. Happy Easter. Oh, so cute. Oh, look at that. Okay, winner, chicken dinner. Jacqueline Mueller. She's got the stamp going on. Oh, so good. Look at these. No, okay, I want to make sure. Vicky, this is Vicky. And this is striking. Keeping the background black and white with that hummingbird. That is so striking. Oh, this is stunning. It's been a while. This is beautiful. Done with the stamp set. Oh, and here's the leaves in the back. So you can see all the little dots that are supposed to be there. Hummingbird in the front. This is also Vicky. Wow, that's beautiful. Cheers. A Little Bird Crafts. Oh, D. That's, or die. Die. In a shaker. Oh my gosh. Don't let it bug you. Oh my gosh. Look at the lemons. Those are good. This is great. You guys do such a great job. This is Jacqueline. Oh my gosh, but we're not done. Okay, then I've got all these tags. I'm telling you, those tags are so good. They are so useful. Look at how cute, using all of the little bugs. There's with the stamp. So you've got 1, 2, 3 with the stamp, with the dragonfly, love them. The little picture frames are amazing. Look at how cute is this. These little minis are absolutely darling. I love them. I think I've become a mini person. Look at, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Who did this? It's a paper clip. Dan Prince. Oh my gosh. It's a paper clip. This is fabulous. And then I'm not done. I have got Hello Beautiful. Look. Are you inspired? I know I am. These makers have absolutely outdone themselves. I'm totally inspired. This looks like something SMS girl Elena would do. This is Teresa. This looks exactly like something SMS girl Elena would do. And oh my gosh. The frames. These are, that's what you're seeing here. These are just so good. This is certainly a wow. By Die. This is absolutely a wow. And then we have 2 layouts for you. So we used the paper, we did a little bit of die cutting, added some mats, cut out from the paper. That's the paper. We kept it super simple on this one. But then this one, look at this. There's that hummingbird on the paper. You've got the stamp, you've got some mats going on, easy peasy layouts. All it took was the hummingbird. The paper is beautiful. Honorary SMS girl Gail did these. Love them. All right, you guys, this is super long, super long. Oh my gosh, I can't even, I lost track of time as I was painting. I shouldn't do that, but I did. So it is what it is, right? I couldn't get over I think they're absolutely, as it dries, it just gets better and better and better as it dries. They're beautiful. So I hope you learned something today. I hope you saw something maybe you hadn't seen before, or maybe you had seen before but forgotten about it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have that. I should go get it and try it. Yes, go get it and try it. Get things out and play with them. And gosh, the Van Gogh is, it's not the most, it's not the most expensive watercolor on the market. There's actually Rembrandt, which is higher, but it certainly isn't the least expensive on the market. But if you want quality, that's going to last you for your crafting journey, then you spend a little bit more up front. And when you look at it, it's not that much more than a lot of paper crafting watercolors, but they are gorgeous. And then Elizabeth Crafts, you guys, you blew it out of the water. Just wow. Sample after sample, they just got better and better and better. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you for allowing us to use your samples for this class. So much. And well, I leave it up to you now. So I'm Stacey, and where are you going to get all of this great product? Well, I know the Elizabeth Crafts product is available globally. The the Royal Talents product, fine art store, absolutely, or Scrapbooking Made Simple in our retail store or online. And yes, we'll have the Elizabeth Crafts in our retail store as well, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, it's late. I gotta go. Thanks for hanging with me. I will see you Monday for our next Make It Monday event, where we bring you one bundle that has a value between $80 and $100 for just $19.99. That's Monday, 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm Stacey. This is Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye.